Welcome. This is 25 to Lifestyle, Sentenced to Thrive. Today's topic of discussion is going to be a live art school consultation. I'm going to call up VOS TV and see what's going on. Been reaching out to me for about a week or so. Hello?
Peace.
What's good, homie?
Just cool. How are you?
I'm chilling. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I got you on the podcast right now. I'm live on YouTube. What's cracking?
Oh, man, just cool. So something I want to run by you. I've been trying to get on you for a minute now. I don't know if you're familiar with this one platform or not, but Midas had told me about it, and pretty much everything that needs to be done as far as like blockchain, smart contracts, NFTs, all of that, like you can do it right from this particular platform. So whenever you get a chance, I'm gonna send you the link, and then we can start collaborating on there as far as that's concerned, as far as incorporating and integrating that into what's going on. I'm in the process of making my 2 tokens, well, actually my 3 tokens. My 1 token, VOS, I want to have that being able to be used on the platform, and I'll even go as far as designing one for you as well. Well, we have to collaborate on that because you'll know what you will want to throw into it and stuff like that. That way the token can be used for different things on the platform, like, VOS TV, maybe having access to Commercial Universe Boutique and VOS Wear and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, that's just that in the nutshell of what I wanted to run by you. And I came across this other platform, streaming, I can't remember the name, but it's a streaming platform as well. I think I did bookmark it or something like that on my Twitter. So when I find them again, I'll send you the link, and then you can, if you want to hit them up or check them out or whatever, you can do that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll definitely take a look at it. So you said this platform, it's a minting platform?
It's not just a minting. Like, you can pretty much do everything that needs to be done as far as, like, when it comes down to creating your own smart contracts, your own NFTs, building your own blockchain, building your own decentralized apps, all of that, and then some. It's called GraphLinks.
Okay.
Well, GraphLink, GraphLinq.
All right.
But what I'll do is I'll send you. Let me go to my profile right now and just send you a link real quick. Thing is, it's just me, man. Like, as far as that's concerned, I don't know nothing about doing. Like, Midas had walked me down making a little generic smart contract real quick, just to get me familiar with how to do. I don't remember everything. I wrote down some notes, but I'm definitely going to have somebody, or if I find he sent me a video on YouTube, but the dude has such a strong accent, I couldn't really make it out, man. So I was like, I'll just try to find something else that can explain all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I've had to dial things back a bunch. It's the definition of insanity is continually practicing the same thing and expecting a different result. And I just recognize that, for whatever reason, people are programmed to think autonomously, and it dilutes efforts. So even you mentioning your homeboy's name, honestly, like, I'm already looking at it side-eyed just because I already know what it entails. It entails subject matter experts. These things that we are embarking on, when it comes to achieving success, they are not designed to be done alone. The people who are winning in this technology, specifically the ones who are making money, they are partnered up, crewed up, clicked up, ganged up, however you want to fucking say it.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
They showing up. Most importantly.
Yeah. You didn't say nothing wrong right there. So it's that's what the mission. I don't look. I've been going over this in my head 1,000,001 times. Like I'm around. Like I'm on the front line. The deal is, I don't know if it's me personally. Like I know I'm not a big people's person, so that might. But I'm working on getting outside of that mind frame. Well, I can get outside that mind frame when it's worth it. When it's worth it, worthwhile and all that. I can get outside that mind frame. I've been tapping into some of these different quote unquote communities to find the right people that aligns up with what's going on what I myself have going on and what we got going on together, as well as what are they doing that I might be able to incorporate or improve on or what have you. It's just it's kind of murky because it's not that many. Look, I don't want to just be around the same like-minded people. I like diversity as well. You need diversity. So it's like...
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I was just saying absolutely.
So it's like I'm doing to work within both realms, like those like-minded people and those that's not like-minded, that we can come together on the same cause, whether it's not a, I don't know, man. I just don't know how to really navigate within these social realms, like social media realms, all like that. But doing my best by either putting out the work or putting out the involvement or putting out the innovations or whatever the case may be. It's even try calling myself joining a community too or trying to create my own. It's like, well, why create one if you already know not too many people are going to show up? But I don't even need a whole lot of people. I just need the key people that's well knowledgeable in their particular field or space, and that's it. And then we can get a lot of shit going. But it is what it is. So.
Well, that's where I'm saying people are thinking too autonomously and really overvaluing their skill sets. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how great you are at any one thing, it's going to probably take some other processes or skills to, beef it up to where it's in the public's eye and in everybody's mouth.
Absolutely.
And, right now, specifically, you're talking about just the culture of social media. And it's predicated on opportunistic behavior. Like all you got is a bunch of people just ear hustling and trying to siphon ideas from each other. And this is why everything is so stagnant all the time. Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers is really just regurgitating the same idea and they're not the source of it. So, you get 10 of those people in the same room who are regurgitating other people's ideas, and they build up enough confidence within that room to believe that they can accomplish some shit. But it never gets done because their mode of operation is not group dynamics. It's opportunistic in nature. So they're just going to go to a different group of 10 or 20 people and do the same thing. And that's where we just keep having these cyclical conversations that go nowhere because motherfuckers is just hopping in and out of groups and cliques, ear hustling. Really, how do I want to describe it, bro? It's like everyone is trying to glean from each other, but like I said, they're not the source. So because they're not the source, it's like slowly people are starting to put stuff together. But they don't have all the pieces. It's like you still got to find the original source code to make it make sense. You can't just have a piece of it. And that's where everybody knows what they don't have. But instead of relying on the people who are subject matter experts in that particular lane of the thing that they don't know, they just figure, oh, well, I can just ear hustle from somebody who knows it and figure it out for myself. And that's your boy. That's your boy to a T.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I can admit, like, I know what I don't know, like, for the most part, like, that's why certain, and I'm not even quick to just jump in any circle. I've never, been like that, outside of all, but what I have. Into for the most part, I can't 100% say that this is how they, for the most part, it's been a little bit more cooperative opposed to like other circles that I've seen and been around, because like I tell you, like I'm still learning. So it's like, if you have something to offer that I can learn from, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm not that self-absorbed to where, I'm like, no, I can't learn nothing from that. I know what it is that I don't know. I'm not a tech wizard, so I know that's the aspect that's missing out of, and then like I'm not that good at any of this social media stuff, to be honest. I'm just fumbling through, but being behind the scenes and scoping out things that, like, with the one platform that I can't think of the name, it's kind of like from what I did look at, what I did notice when I looked at it, I'm trying to remember the one platform that it kind of reminded me of. Not the stream. It was either between stream or not so much live feed, but maybe live feed, or this other one that I looked at. But in a nutshell, they seem prominent. They got the technology and all of that. Like, that's what I understand that's what we need. We need the technology, and I know that we don't have the funds to, to just go ahead and invest in it. So the key critical aspect is to, partner, link up with a platform or whatever that has that to offer and that's willing to, collaborate. And that's another thing. It's like a lot of these circles, it's a lot of behind the scenes dialogue that I need to pick up on and learn. So when I do reach out to these platforms to open up some conversation to see if we can, whatever, I can sharpen up my sword in that aspect. I don't know what these dudes is looking for, what they want, what they're interested in. So
that part. And that's what I was gonna say, bro. Like, even I'm just really getting away from certain words, and collaboration is one of them. DJs and dancers collaborate. I'm looking for business partners. There's just levels, and when it comes to the way you approach things and how you think the best way to accomplish them is. And the word collaboration does not attach itself to commitment, which is why what I was saying is the people who are winning are in partnerships with each other, and that partnership is predicated on showing up, because that's the real resource, is invested time. So it's not that we don't have the resources to do what needs to be done, is that we don't know how to invest our time wisely to get it done. I said everyone is in this autonomous mode, just trying to get the bag, with no intentions on what to do with the bag when you get it. If you want to go after a bag, you should have a specific number that is attached to that bag, and that bag should most likely already be spent. If we're talking about business, now if you're just talking about making money for shits and giggles and status, so you can, hold up a stack of $100 bills to your, like, as a money phone, like, that's a different conversation. And I feel that's the mode that most of us are operating from. Motherfuckers already got jewelry, cars, and shoes purchased in their head with the imaginary money that they're fantasizing about. And there's no way to get around that, bro. That's me. And I'm being very super general, but this is where I'm just saying, like, the words that we use, to me, paint a vivid picture of the person that you're talking to. So, collaboration, like, yeah, that's cool. Like I said, rappers and beat makers collaborate, dancers and DJs collaborate, skateboarders and videographers collaborate. Like, when we talk about partnership, that connotes time and or money investment. And this is what this whole platform, 25 to Lifestyle, Sentenced to Thrive, is about when it comes to the social experiment aspect of it. And it's really just shining a light on the fact that, for whatever reason, when it comes to business ventures and melanated men, and you mention the word investing or investment or investor, all of a sudden motherfuckers stop understanding the English language.
Oh, I gotta sing you one more. I think I did. I don't know if I told you about this one or not a while back, but this one is called Fileverse. It's pretty much a Web3 alternative for Google Docs, worksheets, and Notions. You can collaborate on there as well, build dApps and launch smart content as well. So Graphlink.io, Fileverse, and when I find that stream platform, I'll send that to you as well.
Well, I mean, oh shit. My bad. As far as like the streaming goes right now, I feel like I have a good solution for that aspect of it. Right now, I just really need to find serious individuals who have, developer type skill sets, who are willing to show up and work. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Developers are easily becoming some of my least favorite people on earth. Like, the way these motherfuckers think, bro, is so off. It's almost like they're leading with the fact that they was bullied as a child, and they on some get back vindication shit. It's like that's the vibe I get whenever I'm talking to some of these motherfuckers, bro. It's like, you're not even pretending that you're here for anybody else's benefit. Like, you are traumatized and out for retribution.
Yeah.
Like, they got a specific bully in mind that they can't wait to show up and kick dirt in their face. And when it comes to business, bro, that's just a bad place to operate from. It clouds your judgment when you're leading from a place of animosity.
It's almost like those cornballs and herbs in school that grew up to be cops or police officers or whatever. It's like that.
It's exactly like that. You know why? Because police are tasked to, quote unquote, protect and serve the community, when really they're policing, which is just policing. And That's what developers are doing. They are policing the Web3 space, and really, like, they are the gatekeepers. They are actively the gatekeepers right now, and they're gatekeepers for the worst reason, because they don't have any creativity. And instead of partnering with creative people, they would rather create dumb shit like meme coins. The whole thing is predicated on there being a lack of design. It's like everything is a flex to try to show how smart they are. And within it is counterintuitive, because any intelligent person knows that you can't do things that are, great in magnitude alone.
Right.
And it's the persona and the character of these type of archetypes, where like they spend a lot of time isolated, alone, just staring at a computer screen, like thinking in code. So the way that they operate is very tactile and personal. And it's not just them, obviously. Like social media has really created this type of mindset within the average person, just to be opportunistic by nature. And they said, as long as, specifically as a melanated community, if we only think autonomously, then we're going to stay behind, while these other motherfuckers is in Zoom calls and Discord chats, like as we speak.
Right.
Like literally showing up for the purpose of trying to figure shit out consistently, though. Like, that's the difference. Like, they know they don't have the answers, whereas we're pretending that we do. Meanwhile, it's on some, oh, okay, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, tell me more. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. Motherfuckers taking notes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so foul, bro. It's so foul on every level. And it's like, what makes it gross is a lot of these individuals, like your homie, it's intentional in its approach, but I don't think it's intention in its like maliciousness, but it's still malicious nonetheless. It's just the ignorance of how to properly do business. Like, there's zero business etiquette. Zero. You don't have a 4-hour conversation like me and that gentleman have, and then just fucking disappear, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
And then the fact,
and the crazy thing.
But hold on, the fact that you've been reaching out to me, and the first thing that you presented was coming from him, like, let me know that he on some fuck shit, bro. Because if he can call you, why he can't call me?
Yeah, and to be honest, like he only called because I had one time a couple of weeks ago he did hit me up off the sky blue, but he only called like because I had been reaching out to him lately, like text messages or call, and he had finally returned the call. So it's not like he just just reached on out to me. I mean, I don't even talk to him that often, but when I do talk to him, it's for a good, a nice extensive amount of time, which I don't mind, because the things that I'm able to get from the conversation, the things that he's able to put me, I can go further into, within my own time, so I don't really trip on that. And I just chopped it up as, it is what it is. I'm not going to chase nobody type shit. I'm not going If he come around and be a part, cool. If not,
Nah, but that's not cool though, bro. Like that's not cool.
No,
like,
it's not cool. But what I'm saying is, it's not gonna hamper or hinder.
Well, but
anything.
it can though, because that's what I'm saying. When you get someone who is consistently inconsistent with showing up, that's called a disruption.
Yeah.
Like there's a term that's a disruption, bro. And especially when that disruption is just ear hustling, like they could be competing interest. So
and the funny thing is like I see the different things that's involved, that like with the one project or whatever you want to call it, platform over in Japan that he's tapped into with them over there. It's like, and I get it. He's dealing with people from different parts of the world, different time zones, and different schedules and all of that. On top of family and 3 children and all that. I get it, but at the same time, some things I don't. But on the flip side of that, I don't even try to understand things that's not meant for me to understand. I'm just more focused on who's going to fit these. Who's going to be the fitting piece, the fitting missing pieces, to this puzzle.
This is where I have to honestly, lately I've had to remind myself of my own experiences, because I don't have these questions because I understand exactly what it is. It's a lack of organization, because all it takes is minimal effort to schedule a meeting and show up, bro. Like that's the way the world works.
Right.
They don't work. The world doesn't work on ambiguous random phone calls. Like nothing works like that. Like nothing. So expecting, like I said, I don't even. This is some instances. This is some things where I don't even understand how I've been taking it seriously. Just because, what are we even talking about, bro? Are we talking about showing up for a conversation? Like that is literally the bare minimum. Like you can't schedule a call.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. That's why I said that's why I said as far as not gonna lose no sleep, just gonna keep pushing and I mean, because it's like all of those little missteps is the processes and procedures of trial and error until the ones that's supposed to be in place, the ones that should be in place, that when they show up, whoever they may be, whenever they may be, hopefully it's sooner than later. But once that happens, then, things are going to unfold. And then everybody who was playing around or taking it for granted or what have you, then that's when they're going to want to come along. And that's cool as long as you patronizing. We're not going to turn no money down, but you won't be awarded.
They're not going to have no money, bro. If they had money, they wouldn't be acting the way that they do. That's why people are acting the way that they are, because they're being opportunistic because they're desperate. And this is where I can clearly see that these efforts aren't going to come through piecemealing individuals together. I have to insert myself into an organization that is already consistently showing up. Like I can't afford to keep fucking around with this. I don't even know how to describe it. What was amateur freelance hour? Like I don't know what the fuck this is.
Okay, and that's why I've been tapping into various different circles that it might be this one group. I might have seen it on my timeline a lot of times, or I might see it posted by one of my people or whatever, or I might hear it mentioned. So when I get around to it, I'll check them out, see what they talking about, see how they moving, and things like that. So the one group I've been making a little bit of leeway with, and that's the web hash group. if they got over or around 3,000 ENS domain websites on the ENS, from people that have an ENS domain, that's a nice percentage of people that's tapped in. That's a nice, market. And these people are people that they're active themselves, regardless of what it is that they're doing. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, if we can have not even 3,000, we got to start from somewhere. If we can have 10 actives that they already have a crypto wallet. They may or may not have an ENS domain name, but they're working towards that. And once they do, now their ENS domain name is upgraded to the point where, especially when we start working on our blockchain and our tokens and, all of that type of stuff. And for them, it's a new
That part, bro.
crypto wallet.
That part, bro. Like that's the thing that, that's what I've been focusing on, is the fact that the technology is available to everyone, but instead of us just showing up and putting our minds together to figure out how we can use the technology based on the skill sets that we have, we're trying to replicate systems that other people have created based on the skills they have.
Right.
And it's redundant isn't even the word. It's just off base. You're trying to operate somebody else's formula.
And that's why I'm not too keen. That's one of the reasons why I'm not. I mean, it's just not in me, period. But that's one of the reasons why I don't have accounts all over the place, because for one, it's too much to keep up with. And then two, like, why? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with this platform. I don't want to say they're new, but I'm just now finding out about them, called Base. So now what they're doing is, you can, I guess, set up your domain name, and by them, I guess, have partnered up with ENS domain name. So let's say your domain name is, I believe the thing, and let me go scroll, since I'm on my Twitter app right now. Let me scroll down. I might find it so I can better explain it. Because I've seen a couple of base domain names, and so I don't know if it's like such and such .base.eth or such and such .eth.base. But in any event, by them making it so you can, have your subdomain name and the different integrations and things that they offer, and how it's multi-chain, accessible and all, that's cool. But why am I going to go ahead and get a base when I already got an ENS domain? You know what I mean? Like, or same thing with Uniswap. Yeah, you can have so with Uniswap, because I just found out about this today. So if you got a Uniswap or a swap.eth or whatever it's called, they said when you onboard somebody, it's some type of, you get like X amount of token, and then you might get like a $5 credit or whatever. And that's cool for incentive purposes and stuff like that, But again, I have a Uniswap. I don't have a Uniswap domain name, but I already got my ETH, my ENS domain name. So I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I don't need to have an account. Now, unless it's a platform that's really offering something that's like groundbreaking and that I absolutely want or need, then yeah, I'll go ahead and explore those other options. But right now, like, yeah, like you said, the technology already exists. Might as well just utilize what exists and improve on what exists and take what you can from it and do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why we have all these, like, so, side note, did you hear about what happened with OpenSea?
I seen a tweet about it last night, but I was doing something else, and I made a point of emphasis to look into it today. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know something happened.
Okay, so the SEC just served OpenSea a Wells subpoena, if you will, or whatever, about NFTs being a security. So, with that being said, this right now is time to really pay close attention. Not saying it's going to go through, not saying it's going to be effective, but just understanding the climate of what we're dealing with, like with Trump, what Trump trying to do, well, not what Trump trying to do. He just launched his 4th NFT collection. So it's mighty funny because lawsuits don't get filed overnight. So this may have been something that's been in the works for quite some time.
Absolutely.
But it's mighty funny that it gets filed and get released just hours after, like 7 hours or so after Trump announced his release of his 4th NFT collection. So it's a lot at stake that's at hand that people, man, it's like people better wake the fuck up, because if Trump is going after making America the crypto capital of the world, Trump being the businessman, he understands finances, and then to take the hat off to him, for his credit, the fact that he's 70 plus years old and he's incorporating and submerging himself in this new technology that most people our ages is turning away from.
I hear you, bro, and I don't discount what you're saying, but that dude is a billionaire and he got a network of all types of people. He's not the one who's actually doing. He has advisors telling him what to do, and because of the level that he's at, like, he has smart people around him that are giving him good advice.
Right, but what I'm saying is, he still would have to give the green light if he want to be a part of it or not. So what I'm saying is, to that detriment, just him being aware of the technology and then understanding the lucrativeness of it and being a part of it, that's like a threefold in itself. Because again, a few years ago, like when I first got into this space, and I'm at this little festival, and I call it was a little art festival, and I called myself, networking and all of that, seeing if I would be able to get some of the booths and kiosks on board, with this and things like that. And although it was a few years ago, so it was still fairly early and new, the ones that I came across that did know about NFTs and all of that, and then on the other side, we have, Kamala, however you say her name, aside from crypto, but the fact that she's trying to implement this tax increase, on different things, so-called starting with the billionaires and millionaires first and then going down to the lower class and stuff like that. So if we allow that to happen, right, if we think that they're going to initially just go after the super wealthy first, that may happen because that's the only source that they're going to really be able to pull substantial amount of finances from, but then it's going to trickle down to the middle class, which there really isn't no middle class, and then it's going to trickle down to the poor class, so it's going to affect everybody. And if Jerry or whatever his name, Gensler or whatever his name is, the one that implemented the suit to OpenSea, if he is successful, it's just going to be a ripple effect of everything that's to come. So if we're talking about right now how it's hard financially to do a thing, to do things, to live, to survive, etc. The cost of living is going up, inflation going up, but the cost of working, like salaries and wages, hasn't went up. That's going to be it's already a major problem, but it's going to be even more of a major problem. So those that's in this space that see it for what it is, this is the time to capitalize. This is the time to capitalize.
I'm going to share a little insightful nugget. We are already living in a digital currency world.
Right.
It's just not a cryptographic. Well, even it is in some. I mean, you can't draw money out of the ATM without putting a pin in, right?
Right.
That's encryption. So there's just levels, and the only thing that makes crypto viable and dangerous is that it's peer to peer. That's it.
Right.
Which
actually, there's a couple of things. That is peer to peer, and the fact that there's really no way. Well, there is no way to regulate it per se, but there is. Now, so for example, if you're utilizing, crypto and stuff like that on a centralized platform like Coinbase or, those type of Robinhood or those type of ordeals, then it's absolutely going to be regulated. And, there's no surety or certainty that you own those. I mean, actually, you actually don't own those assets, in those realms. But now you're in a decentralized realm, then you wouldn't have nothing to really worry about if you protect your assets, the proper way.
Well, I only have. Oh no, wait! I was about to misspeak. I was about to say that I only have NFTs minted on OpenSea, but that is not correct. I did get tricked out of my position, and I minted some stuff on what's that? BitClout before it changed. But yeah, 90% of my shit is on OpenSea, and I minted all my NFTs within a 3 to 4 month time span. Really just seeing the landscape for what it was, understanding the technology, and understanding where the general public's intelligence was regarding on how to utilize the technology. Like, I understood that we had a long way to go. So I'm actually excited to see how this OpenSea shit plays out, because they're not being attacked for no reason. So to me, that just lets me know that I bet on the right horse. And I'm always telling you this. You can't cheat branding. And this is everybody keeps trying to get around it and act like it don't matter, but it matters. Branding matters. Brand identity matters. Brand awareness matters. One might say it's the only thing that matters. Not marketing, not advertising, not even generating sales, because branding is the backbone for all of that shit. You don't have a brand, you can't do none of those things. So OpenSea has a very strong brand and strong brand recognition. I would go out as far to say that it is a staple in the crypto community, because it was the first to create a legitimate or legitimized NFT marketplace. And the amount of money that was made and exchanged in that marketplace, this is the beauty of crypto, can't be taken away. Like, they got receipts. And this world that we're living in is all driven by data. And when we're talking about every 3 to 4 months, you're hearing about a data breach. This is another thing that I'm going to continue to keep saying. Crypto is more about the technology than it is the currency. And it's really quickening towards, I believe, a mass understanding of that. And it is not even going to be like a willing participant type of shit. Like the masses are signing up to courses to learn. It's going to be on some fiber optic type shit. Like, hey, we installing new lines in your neighborhood. You really don't need to know why. You just need to know your service is going to be better.
Right. And before I forget, and before this end, if you don't mind, please send me this recording, because what I'm gonna do is there's a couple little things that we touched on, and I'm gonna splice it up, and I'm gonna make these posts on Twitter and stuff, and hopefully it'll reach a few key people that needs to hear this, and something will come about, especially when we was talking about the devs. And I'm gonna send it to a few people because some of this stuff was being discussed in the spaces recently over the last few days that I've been in, as to why this whole space, this NFT and Web3 space is still in the fritz that it's in. It's mainly because
it's the devs, bro. They fucking gatekeeping, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
developers are like a 10th percentile of all the people in the world. So they possess a very specific skill set. And because of it, like, there's no reason to mince words about it. Like, they have a God complex, bro. Period. And it's like literally unfathomable to some of these people that there's information that other people possess that they don't know. or that there's information that other people possess that they can utilize better than a developer. Like, their mind won't allow them to think that way, bro. And and I'm glad you touched on the editing thing, because that's the one ask that I had thought to run across or run by you is, just in the context of everything that we're talking about, another reason why this autonomous way of thinking is not beneficial is because most people fantasize about the greatest version of their vision. And that's where they're starting from. So when you get 10 of these people conversing in a room, they're really just fantasizing about the best case scenarios. But in real time, what I'm suggesting is we can dial it back a bunch and be working on real solutions that will lead us to those most optimal scenarios. And the one thing specifically that I'm zoned in and looking for is editors and salespeople. And I was literally going to ask if you could help me craft some material so that I could run some ads to hire some of these people, quote unquote, hire.
Yeah, no problem.
Because there's no need to hire anybody, because like this I'm a genius, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So this whole social experiment and what you just suggested is designed exactly for just that. Like, I done been on the internet so long and been giving away so much free game to where I can clearly see these motherfuckers ain't going to invest a dime in nothing I got going on, but they will readily steal. They'll take it. So remember when I met you, I was pretty adamant about all of my conversations being recorded, right?
Right.
And it's all for the reason of people repurposing me as source code. Why would they do that? Well, this particular channel that we're speaking on, 25 to Lifestyle Sense to Thrive, is not monetized. So I'm bound to say some shit that's cancelable, but that doesn't mean an editor can't choose 5 to 10 minutes of some good meat and potatoes that they can eat off of, because that's the whole thing, right?
Right.
But you can create a whole channel and generate income just from repurposing content. So now, why not repurpose content with purpose? And that purpose being to shift the paradigm to get these fucktards to stop thinking so autonomously. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got our work cut out for us, you know. But that's why I said, you know, the few platforms that I've had some good positive contact with, and things of that nature, and a couple more that I hadn't even really tapped into, but I just, you know, they like, this is my thing, and this is something that, you know, I mean, it don't bother me. It just made me think. Like, I get these new followers all the time, and I ain't gonna say all the time, but I get these new followers from time to time, and when I see them, because when I notice that my numbers jumped up, I go to my whatchamacallit and see who's new. So okay, boom, I check out their profile, they bio, what they talking about, what they doing, and all of that. And if they got something that's useful or beneficial, or I feel like is an asset, I'll do the initial reaching out and introduce myself and all that, keep the lines open type thing. But then after that, like, we'll have a little dialogue in the DMs for a minute. But then after that, it's like they get go. And I'm not saying that they gotta, be all on my. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I don't follow people just to follow.
Right.
Most of the people that I follow, majority of them followed me first, and out of courtesy, I followed them back. Or it's a few that I did follow first because of what they doing, what they got going on, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm not, because I already know how it's going to go. It's like, so why am I going to go out my way looking for people only for them to be a no-show, like how you speaking on Homeboy. So to avoid all of that, I just don't follow people. But the ones that have something to offer, and then the ones that not only have something to offer, but I want to say more grounded, because like you said, a lot of these people, they feel like because they have X amount of followers or whatever the case may be, or whatever they know that they got sitting on, whatever they know that they sitting on, that even if everybody else don't know, that gives them this little, I guess, quote unquote edge or what have you.
Entitlement.
Yeah, entitlement, edge, whatever.
It's social currency, and they feel entitled to acting like a celebrity.
Yeah, which I gotta give to you. Like, ever since I started, like, I don't want to say I've been moving, but I did switch up on how I was So what I mean by that is,
Oh,
after removing a lot of people that I was following, whatever, muting a lot of people or blocking just to clean up my timeline, so I won't have a whole bunch of garbage, coming across it, because it's more purposeful and intentful of how I'm working my social accounts now. Just making these little adjustments, I have seen, a great significance in change.
mm-hmm.
I'm still not getting the desired results that I want. And,
Yes, you are.
Basically, I'm talking about,
Yes, you are.
I mean,
I'm fucking with you. I'll give you a hard time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really, kudos to you, bro, because I've been seeing you switch it up, and whether you think it is or not, it's working. Like when you say the desired results, man, you don't even know what that look like yet. That could be in an hour. So
well, yeah, what I mean by the desired results, okay, so like I'm more geared towards engagement now, because that engagement is going to bring on more traffic and it's like that.
Yes.
So I can do it. Like, mind you, I got let me go to my joint right now just to see.
Well, and I already know where you're going, so I'm gonna add on to the nugget that I told you before, right? About acting like a celebrity.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
So I know. I said I'm about to add to it. I'm about to add to what you was about to just tell me. So now when you engaging, and you, this is funny. And I probably shouldn't be saying this on this recorded live, but fuck it. So the game is to act like a celebrity who is gifting a fan a comment. Like you just want a comment. Like, when you got to think of yourself like this person just want a comment from me.
Yeah. So that's kind of like along the lines of not so much the direction that I was going, but somewhat in the same degree. So it's like when I would do a poll, I'll do a poll, right? Now I got 460 people following me. I only got I'm only following 49 people. Mm-hmm. So I'll do a poll, right? Yeah, I might set it for 7 days. No responses, no votes, no type of interactions, right? Okay, cool. I ain't tripping. We'll swing back around on another time. So that reply guy thing or philosophy, I don't know how true it is. I don't know if it worked or not.
The who?
I know.
The who?
The reply guy. The reply guy theory, like making yourself present, seen, and known by replying and engaging in posts and all of that type of stuff. It matters, but it matters more on who you do it with. All right, so hold on, bro. I'm gonna break this shit down, right? So all of this is just psychology at its core, and the reason why I wanted to chime in, because I just had a conversation yesterday with a digital marketer who's advertising himself literally as a online store accelerator. And when I say advertise, like he paid for an ad, the ad came across to me. It came across me because he used the word partner. So I tapped in with him to see how he got me into his funnel. Like, this is what I do. Like I sell the seller, and I fish the fisherman. So this guy is telling me his deal, and he's telling me what you're saying. One of these tactics, the reply guy type of tactic, right? What I'm expressing to you is more of a long-term strategy, because at core, the way social media is set up. Now, the caveat to what I'm about to say is I do not advise this for real life.
Like this is like borderline narcissistic behavior. But because we're operating businesses, this is just a strategy. And it's just the only reason it's borderline narcissistic is, you know, in that I've told you this before, you have to be able to separate yourself from your brand. And like that's what keeps, you know, not only that label of narcissist to stay away, but it also help keep your sanity intact. But what I'm getting at is at core right now, the way people are geared or what they're attracted to on social media is scarcity. Even though they don't know it, that is what people are attracted to. Scarcity. I guarantee you right now, if Kanye West got on Instagram and went live, how many people do you think would be in his fucking live?
A couple million.
At least. It would probably break the fucking app. Why? Because he never does that. So when you operate on that capacity, when you're talking about engagement, you curate your experience based on the person that you're talking to. And, you know, you can even equate it on some pimp shit. If I got 3 or 4 options of women, I'm going to choose the one who is reciprocating the energy the strongest.
Right.
Who's more in alignment with reciprocating the things that's going to aid me. Not to say that the other 3 or 4 aren't viable options. It's just that there's going to be a standout. And that ain't going to have nothing to do with aesthetics and how she look. It's going to how compatible she is. So when we're talking about separating yourself from your brand, you want to specifically focus on commenting, building a relationship and rapport with the person that you're engaging with who is most compatible for your success, because that's what's going to train the algorithm to bring more of those type people to you. And when we're talking about scarcity, you know, and the reason why I'm using a pimp's mentality, the way that you keep a woman's attention is to not give it to her. Am I making this up?
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't know. So let's call it a theory. You know, take it with a grain of salt. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about social media engagement, we have to realize that there are people on these apps all fucking day, bro, just looking for shit to talk about, to engage with. Why? Because they ain't got shit going on in their fucking real life. So at the moment they get some focused attention from someone that they're compatible with, you best believe they're going to be tapped in and waiting for that next interaction. That's just human nature, bro. And that's the psychology of marketing on social media broke down in a nutshell. And this is why, when I say think like a celebrity, I'm not talking about on some narcissistic shit. I'm talking about operating and using it as a tool just like celebrities do.
Right.
You don't see fucking Common posting on Instagram every fucking day, do you?
Oh.
And do you think if he does make a post on Instagram and he has 20,000 comments, do you think any of those people are really expecting him to reply to them?
Nope. I mean, every once in a while that happens, but
Right. You know why? Because he picks a winner. He picks the person who is most compatible to his brand's objective, because he knows all the other 19,999 other motherfuckers is going to see, damn, he picked that person. What is that person about? What are they doing? Come to find out, man, this person really likes Prada. And just so happened, Common got a brand ambassador deal with Prada. That's how this shit work, bro. So we just have to operate it and use it in the same capacity. And in that manner, collaboratory efforts are necessary for sure. So, definitely stay on me, and because my DMs be fucking crazy because of how I send out my content. So, just like shoot me some like a DM with some intent, like, hey, like reshare this, because like sometimes I don't see it, or meaning your content, or sometimes I'll fucking see your message and like want to go and look at your content and then repurpose it, and then I'll get some DMs and then your shit get pushed down and I forget about it. So if it's a specific piece of content with instructions, then I'll do it right then.
all right.
But then that's where too, I've been watching, what you've been doing, and I've been waiting and seeing which posts I could utilize that are most compatible with what I already have momentum doing.
Right.
So that when I put you in there, you're instantly a part of that momentum. But as far and most of that is just aesthetics. Like that's where I'm an asshole. Like on like I'm very a stickler about the aesthetics of how things look on social media, just because motherfuckers is style jacking.
I got you. I follow.
But yeah, so I'm definitely game to let these developers know. I mean, these motherfuckers are already hacking me, so yeah, y'all are the problem. Full stop.
Certainly are. It's like if I can find a developer that, and I hate to strategically go after somebody's misfortunes, but if I can find a developer who they got the skill sets, they have the characteristics of loyalty and all of that, and they dedicated, but they've been done wrong. If I can find me a developer that been through some shit like that, then
I hear you, bro. Honestly, I hear you, but I would rather find a teenager versus a jaded adult.
Yeah, a teenager, or even somebody that's in their mid-20s, 30s, but it's like whatever the case may be, they like going back to that complex or mentality about that child in school that got bullied and picked on, or that got done wrong, and now they got a vendetta. Yeah, we can be the origin story. We can be I don't want to say the origin story because that didn't already happen before it came across. I'm just saying, utilize that, whatever it was that got them on a fuck people type shit. We can harness that, harbor that, and make it work for us. But yeah, teenager too, because they got their future ahead of them. They ain't got they time all conflicted and.
Well, I'm about to say something that might seem mildly offensive, and I'm challenging anyone to correct me if I'm wrong by showing up and proving me wrong. But developers are to be bought, bro. Like they are paid for hire, period. Like that, I see no other way to work with them, honestly. Just because they're so tactile in the way that they're thinking, in the way that they think, they're not very malleable when it comes to be like they're not very malleable during the creative process of putting things together. Like it already needs to be done, and then you just need to tell them what to fucking do, bro. Because otherwise, like they get into this pissing match, and like the way I can contextualize it is the LP gang, right? The one of the main gatekeeper crony, who been consistently talking shit to me, passive aggressively, I might add. It's just being very dismissive and overall just unprofessional and disrespectful. The last conversation I had with him about a month and a half ago was I finally voiced my piece in full. Before that, I would just give little blurbs because I know these motherfuckers was ear hustling and hanging off every word that I said. So I was just giving them little blurbs. But this particular conversation, I let everything be known. So at the end of the conversation, the last thing that I said to this guy was, I understand everything that you have told me, and I understand how you are utilizing your network. Only thing that I am suggesting is that I have another way to use it, and I intend to do so whether you understand it or not. And you know what this motherfucker's response was?
What's that?
Huh. Like that never crossed his mind, bro. Like, damn, like there's somebody who knows how to use this technology in a way that I haven't thought of. Like he literally was like taken aback, bro. And it was, so just imagine 6 months of dealing with somebody for them to finally understand like, oh, this guy might be a problem.
Yeah. Well, that I don't know if I suggested it to you. I know I had told Midas about it. That goes. That put me in the mind frame of that book and movie, Spook Who Sat by the Door. I don't know if you've read it or seen it or not. But
you made reference to it before, and I'm now that you said it again, I'm gonna rewrite it down, so I'm gonna do it for sure. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, it should be on it should still be on YouTube.
I want to say I got tasked to read it as an assignment at one point, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting read.
It's in the book.
The movie, don't get me wrong, the movie was good because it gives you the visuals, but the book definitely, that's most cases the book is usually better.
Right.
But yeah,
I was just saying, for sure. I can get my hands, I can just watch it faster on, internet.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll encourage me to go seek out the book, though.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
I want to know why you make a reference to it.
Well, because of the interaction, the exchange that you just spoke on with the fella from LP, and how you said It never crossed his mind. And the little Chuck. So you have when you watch the movie, you're gonna understand why I said that.
Copy that.
Yeah, you're gonna understand where I'm coming from on that. Because it's pretty like in a nutshell, without giving too much away, like the only thing that hasn't happened, and it's just a matter of time before it does, is one of these brainiacs is going to get the bright idea to do. One brainiac already got the bright idea. It's just a matter of things not being in place. Like my whole mission, because I've always been, anti-middleman. Even when I was in the streets, like fuck middleman and all of that. And, if I can save money by being direct, like you call yourself the source code and all of that, if I can be the outlet, okay, cool. And I don't mind taking the risks and all that. Not saying I don't mind, but heavy is the head that wear the crown. So if you know all it is, then you better be prepared to take everything that come along with that. That's just how shit go. So this platform, VOS, and its subsidies and all of that, and everything that's going on, it's all about not so much bringing down, because we know the overabundance of people that utilize and keep these funnels in place. They're going to always be there. But if a strong enough influx or shift of direction was to take place, for example, I'm over here working on making my Web3 site fully functional as far as you being able to buy prints. You can mint NFTs. You can upload your music videos. You can do this, you can do that. It's making it a one-stop shop. Eventually.
Who owns that?
Who owns what?
I want you said it's the I already forgot the name of it. I know you just texted to me. The site you're talking about.
If you talk about the platforms that I sent you as far as that you can utilize to build the blockchain and all that on, well, the one is called GraphLink.
Yeah,
that's the one that you can create NFTs, create smart contracts, blockchains, dApps, and all of that other type of stuff. The other one, Fileverse, that's pretty much like that's a Web3 alternative for Google Docs, worksheets, and Notions.
I was talking about the GraphLink. That's what you're describing right now, right?
Well, no, I was talking about my site, like being able, for my site, like my Web3 site being a one-stop shop where you can buy prints, you can mention NFTs, you can upload your music videos, you can do this, you can do that. Like, as of right now, where it stands, you got platforms like OpenSea and all these other Foundation and Rarible and all these other different NFT platforms. That's cool. But since I found out about GraphLinks, my thing is, who's to say that OpenSea or these other NFT marketplaces just didn't use the same technology that, like, use GraphLinks directly or technology?
Yeah. Right, yeah, that's what it's all about, bro. Anybody can do the shit. So
yeah,
you might as well do it for yourself.
I know. So here's where I'm getting at. Like making and even Martian Studios, making it a one-stop shop marketplace, merch, all of that, services, products, inventory, Web3 TV. We got art school, eventually live stream, and also social, like making it fully engageable to where people can talk with each other, and same thing like with Twitter.
That is the greater app that the shit with the LP gang is trying to run the ball with. Like, that's what I presented to them. Everything that you just said is all written up, bro. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send. There's a link. I don't think I sent you. I'm gonna send you a link, bro. And it's a white paper.
Now, when you well, I know when we reached out to Live here, it was mostly predominantly for their live streaming capability. I don't know if they have chat on. I imagine that they would. You'll be able to at least comment on somebody's stream.
No, bro, they don't got none of that shit, bro. Bruh.
So if you on somebody's channel, you can't comment.
Bruh, listen to me, man. Listen, like I ain't been stressing over this fucking situation for the last 9 months for nothing, bruh.
No, I got that.
I've literally presented myself to them because like all right, this is the meat and potatoes of the situation, bro. You know, when we're talking about the LP gang, we're mainly talking about the nerds who have networked their computers together. Like I'm trying to speak in layman's term as possible for anyone who might be listening. So all the nerds have networked their computers together and they've built a supercomputer. And the way that supercomputer works is that you upload your video to it, and then the supercomputer stores your file on Amazon. But it gives you a link to use via your account. Now, this is where shit gets sticky. My account isn't like their account. My account is on a for-profit incorporated platform. And within this platform, it is the interface for me to upload my content for the supercomputer to put onto Amazon. So literally, bro, like this is not a fucking game, bro. Like no cap. From the beginning of the conversations that I've had with these people, I've been trying to tell them, hey, look, from my end, what you're giving me is super limited. I can't really do anything with this. Like it's missing buttons. And their response for 3-4 months talking to these people, bro, is all we care about is you uploading the file.
Yeah, you was telling me that.
That's all we care about. That's all we care about. All we care about is transcoding the data. That's all we care about is transcoding tickets. All they care about is converting your file into Ethereum. That's what that really means. To upload your file onto Amazon, the processing power that it takes, they're going to generate Ethereum and put it into their wallets. And then they use a tokenomic system to encapsulate all of the traffic. That's the best way that I can describe it in like a layman's term without getting too network engineering. Now, where I come into play is I am a solutionist. Always have been. Especially when it comes to network engineering. So on site, bro, when I engage with these people, they let me know all of their pain points. And I presented myself as an option to solve those points. And they said, okay, go do it. And you know what? We got a whole grant program. And I'm like, what? I was just trying to be part of the team. You gonna pay me for this shit?
Right.
All right, say less. So I did what I did, and I do what I do. And for the last 4 months, they have come aware of, hey, we're underutilizing our network. You know why? Because I've said it to them about 10 fucking times. Like, they don't have analytics that you can track. They don't have interactions for like anything, bro. Like it's all Discord. That's it. So the app that I proposed to them was an interface to create exactly everything that you just described. A reason for people to push buttons and engage with each other based on data, whether that data be a video, a song, a t-shirt, a print. It's still zeros and fucking ones when it comes to crypto. Period. So, you know, like this is where my energy comes from your homie. Because that was a 4-hour conversation that I had with him that, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into the real dynamic of why that particular conversation was important. But yeah, for him to disappear, like, bro, that's fugazi. Like that shit is not acceptable, bro. Like that shit is suspect as fuck. I don't care how you scrape it. I don't care what you're dealing with. Like, especially when it comes to just not even having the courtesy of responding to a text message. Like that shit is whack, bro. Like I'm not fucking with that. Fuck you too. That's how I feel about it. 'Cause that's what you're telling me. And that's not, you know, that's devoid of emotion. That's just business.
Right, I got you.
All right, next. Like, you know, I'm not gonna keep playing around with this dude, bro. Like that's just it. And you know, it now is just about we'll see. Now it's just about we'll see. Because, you know, there's a lot of people who put themselves in front of me. And I have usually no idea why. And then at some point I stop caring.
Right. Yeah, man, I stopped trying to figure shit out, man. It's like, you know, it's all what's meant to be will be, man. So.
Yeah, the train don't stop. I kind of set this up. I had a whole plan. Like I'm saying that I'm like looking at this console that I'm talking into as this live is now reached an hour and a half. So probably go ahead and land this conversation because I definitely got some things to attend to real quick. But yeah, to be continued. Yeah, I want to. I seen you made a post. You been on Clubhouse?
No. This is when I was on there a couple of years back when we had first met and everything.
Yeah, I would like to explore Clubhouse as an option to do some marketing and stuff, but the way they got that shit set up now, it give me a fucking headache just looking at it, bro.
Yeah, I was on. I haven't been on in a while. I was on like sometime last year after not being on there for a while, and it had changed up so much. I was like, oh no, I don't even like the layout of this.
Right. That shit is wild, bro. Like yeah, that shit look like a server on crack, bro.
Yeah, I ain't like the layout. I didn't like none of the updates that they made to it. So I'm like, oh no.
I mean, and really that all go back down to, you know, more of the same, what we're talking about. You know, the elephant in the room really is nepotism. Really, that's really what we're talking about. Clicks and nepotism. And specifically when it comes to applications and, you know, social media apps, they're constantly changing because people with actual design talent are putting their content on the platform and it looks better than the platform.
Right.
So like that's a problem for a multitude of reasons. And I ain't gonna go into all of that, but you know, that's why they are constantly trying to create variations of their own website. But the problem is like they're not hiring the best people to do it.
Yeah, because I mean, the best people gonna cost them. Not saying they don't have the money, but you know, business is also about making as much, but also saving as much as possible. So
no, that's why nepotism exists, because you know, cousin Peter, who been sleeping on the couch in grandma's basement for the last 3 years, he really don't care how much you pay him.
Right.
You know, he took a Photoshop class in his one semester at college. That's it. Yeah. So you can get away with paying him $20,000. You're gonna be happy. And you have a product. Yeah. Can't make this shit up, bro.
Not at all.
Like, motherfuckers think I'm like exaggerating, but that really how y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even understand the games that's being played out here. Like that's really what the fuck is going on. You got some crash out that then, you know, fucked up the church's money. And, he went to college and got a DUI in his brand new red Ferrari. Now he depressed, gained 50 pounds, and living with his auntie.
Right.
He's an eyesore on the family. Like, let's try to give him an opportunity. Let's try to create a business around him just so he can make something of stuff. So he doesn't make us look so bad. And then the next thing you know, you got, you know, I ain't gonna go. You got your next greatest social media app. This shit is wicked, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with the best ideas or the best people implementing those ideas. It's got to do with everything with the theft of intellectual property and controlling the masses, being that whole act like a celebrity mentality.
Yeah, it's a lot of work cut out for it, man, but why this ain't, hold on. I'm listening, for some reason I'm trying to share something, but it keeps sharing a different thing than what I'm trying to share.
It's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and close out though. Appreciate the info and the insight. I'm gonna check it out this afternoon.
No doubt. And don't forget when you get a chance, send me this joint so I can do the replay and slice up a couple little segments that I need to take from it on. That's pretty much pertaining to a couple of things that I wanted to touch up on anyway.
All right, yeah, I'll send it to you. It's on the YouTube channel, but I'll reply. I'll send it to you in text.
Okay. So before it go, so was this live on the YouTube, or you got to do your
This is streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Okay, I'm probably. What's your YouTube?
25 to Lifestyle, Sentenced to Thrive. And, you know, I haven't been favorable with the algorithm yet, so you might even have to type in Mars Hall Studios to get the whole thing to pop up.
Is it Mars Hall or is it Marshall altogether?
Mars Hall.
I just came across Marshall Studios, but I don't think that's you. This is like, some, we got like 4,600 people. No, that's not you though. It's a whole different. Look like some Marvel type shit. Everything is Marvel related. Yeah, I don't know. You're not coming up.
Did you type in "sentence to thrive"? It'll come up.
Okay, 25 lifestyles. Okay. And it's the documentary mini series.
Yep.
No, that's an old one. That's 3 years old.
No, yeah, that's it. I told you, this is a plan, bro.
So I'm talking about the live one. I'm talking about the live one right now.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, but that's the channel. That's the channel that I'm streaming live on right now.
I subscribe to it. Yeah, as soon as I get 50, I gotta. I don't even know how to. That's the thing. And going back to what I was saying earlier, like, my energy, my agenda is about bringing down these funnels, man. Like, I know they're going to exist, but the thing is, everyone with an ENS domain name is no, especially if they're an artist or a creator or just in some type of business in general, there's no reason why they shouldn't be thinking along the lines of making their ENS domain as fully optimized, and functional as possible to where, like what I'm doing, although it's not set in place yet, but it's being worked on, where you can mint your NFTs, you can buy your prints, everything that's needed, it can be done right there from that direct source. So, but that's just me. I got a habit of thinking. I got a severe problem with thinking a little bit outside the box and extremely different from, everybody else. Because the whole thing is, if everybody's doing the same shit, why do the same shit? Why am I going to do that? So you got Twitter, okay, cool. You got Facebook, you got IG, you got all of these things. But utilizing them as the main source, opposed to utilizing them to redirect everybody to what you got going on, it's just, especially when you know better, it's counterproductive. Like, I'm utilizing it, for the time being, but I'm also coming at it with an agenda. Like, I'm utilizing it, but the end game is to get mine and to get, Marshall Studios, to get that fully functional and optimal to where, like how you had the settings on Marshall Studios where you post on there and it get filtered out, cross-posted to, all the other platforms. That's the whole game plan. Like, why am I going to keep making these, adding on to these platforms? They already got these. But also knowing and understanding that each individual, especially artists and creators, they're not going to, like how you always say, they're not going to galvanize. That should be the game plan, considering that we are the John Henrys against the machine, but too many of us are still catapulted into the machine. But we also, this is the thing that killed me. When I see all these posts on Twitter about how much Elon sucks, how crappy Twitter is, but you're using a platform.
Yeah, that shit is stupid, bro. You can't pay attention to that. That's where that's where I separate myself, bro. And and I'm gonna send you this link to this white paper for this app that I proposed to the LP gang, because it's everything, bro. It's everything. There's everything. It's you. So when you introduced me to that situation, remember I was building my own Web3 site over. Like I mean, I still got it. It's still live. You can go to it right now. It's still live. You can push the buttons. They work. It's just none of the visuals are there because some coding got fucked up. So, you know, I was already in the process of building the shit. So when they introduced their specific pain points, I just integrated what I was building into or onto their network. And it's everything that a artist or an entrepreneur would want. It's a hub to monetize your intellectual property. Whatever that looks like, whether it be streaming, whether it be illustration, whether it be music, you pick and choose the experience that on how you use the network and how the network utilizes your material.
So do this. When you get a chance, go on Twitter, reach out to, let me get the correct handle. Well, I can reach out to them and just let them know that somebody's going to be reaching out to them or whatever, however the case may be. But this platform called WebHash, they at handle is on. Let me go to it. Because you got the one phone. There's a few people in they on a team.
Are these the people that you wanted me to talk to a couple weeks ago?
It may have been because this is the platform where I said they made it so you can build your Web3 site on top of your ENS domain name.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember you mentioning it before. I remember that you wanted me to talk to somebody, and then like it didn't happen for whatever reason. And I just, putting two and two together. I'm just asking if these are the people.
Probably so, because I'm not tapped. I don't know of any other platform where you can actually build your Web3 site on top of your ENS domain, and they're the and if it is, they're the leading team within the Web3 space doing so.
Well, and and it's definitely sound like something that I would show up for. Like if you scheduled a call, I would definitely show up to
what happened
talk to them.
I think what happened was nothing really happened. Like when I told them about the weekly meetings on that Live Peer have for the grant, they just wanted to, they was just like.
Oh, you told them that? Why would you tell them that?
Well, because here's the thing. You said you needed.
Yeah, no, bro. But why would you tell them? Like, why would you tell them that without me giving them that context? Because why? Then why would they talk to me? And it makes sense why I haven't talked to them. Why? Like that makes sense.
No.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that's what it's like this. That's why. That's the reason why I am the way that I am, bro. Because I understand that I present things, and then instantaneously, workarounds start happening, and at the end of the day, I'm still waiting for it to come back to me. So whenever that happens, or however that happens, we can make it happen. But it's not gonna happen without me.
I know that. So okay. So here's the thing. The meeting didn't take place because of that. I can't really, because it was like 2-3 weeks. I can't recall why. One side I didn't hear from. I can't recall which one. But as I'm still in communications with them, I haven't mentioned that since. But and the amount wasn't disclosed as far as what was on the table. It was just the fact that this is what's being offered, and
yeah, bro. Nah, bro, that's not the move, bro. Honestly, I ain't gonna interrupt you, bro. But there's a reason why I had you sign paperwork, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, I understand that I had a conversation in a public format, you know, and like I said, I did that for a very specific reason. And that reason is to highlight situations just like this. Like, this is what happens. This is what I deal with all the time.
But nigga, I didn't disclose.
But bro, it's out of the context of why I gave you that information, bro. So those people can do whatever the fuck they want to with that information. And like, I'm not even an afterthought, which is not the reason why I was sharing that information with you, because I already have enough of that going on. So I need assets. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm having these conversations to specifically develop assets. And that comes, and honestly, bro, this is where, you know, this is where we have to understand what we are best suited at. Like, that is my conversation to have with those people, because I'm the one who's been dealing with them, with the other people.
I got you, and I, you know, for whatever it's worth, you know, my bad. But I didn't. Also, for what it's worth, I didn't disclose to them as far as, like, okay, so they aware. I did let them know that we have, and I gave the link to the platform, commercialstudios.online, as far as what we already have and the things that we're in the process of adding on or incorporating, and if they were able to assist in those things. So they're aware of that. And then as far as the, I didn't even tell them about Live Peer. That's the thing. I didn't mention the actual name. I just said there's a meeting that takes place every Monday. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the.
I thought that's what I heard you say. I heard you say that you told them that there was a weekly meeting that Live Peer had. I was like, why would you do that? Like,
no, I didn't say exactly. Let me
specifically for grants. Like, why would you do that? Because that's not even the case. Like, that's not even how it's laid out, really. But you know, bro, honestly, you know, that's where you know, I appreciate the work and, you know, going out and making these connections. But in some instances, like, I am the best person to speak for what I got going on. Honestly.
Right, and that's why I was working on setting up the meeting with all of us, so that way all the other stuff could be filled in. But I'm about to go to the DM, because I didn't say who. I just said, yeah, there was a you know, there's grants on the table, this and that. We need devs to show up. You know, that's pretty much our only issue. You know, I'm paraphrasing right now. I'm just saying, but I didn't go into detail about, we in contact with Live Peer, and I just said basically, just the needed to know. But since there's a lot of posts, just give me a second, because as I'm scrolling down to get to it.
And again, like I said, this ain't on no ego shit. This is on like some project management and protection of intellectual property shit, bro.
I know, I got you.
Like, it's not it's, you know, and you know, this is where I've been, you know, trying to make you aware of these algorithms and how they target us as artists, presenting themselves as help or opportunities, but in real time they're wanting us to plug ourselves into the system so we can tell them how to make it work. Like, they just ear hustling, bro, and they just pimping for information. They got no real intention on collaborating, which is why ain't no paperwork ever gonna be involved.
Right. So I'm gonna send you. I found one, but I'm about to find the previous one, the previous message, just for your own, you know, piece. And man, I don't know why this shit keep closing out on me. It's been doing this a lot lately. Like, I'm in the middle of typing in the group chat, and I might have a nice extensive message, and then out of nowhere it closes out and go to my home screen. Like, the app just closed. I'm like, the fuck, I gotta type all of this shit all over again. So
that's wild.
Now
I ain't gonna lie, that's wild work, bro. Like, you in a group chat talking about things that I've shared with you, and I'm not involved in the group chat. That's wild work. Like, that's wild work.
But here's the thing. I never disclose.
It don't matter, bro. Why ain't I involved in, if it's a group chat, why ain't I involved in the group? I can see if it's a one-on-one conversation. If it's a group chat, like, add me to the group.
It's not my, let me see if I can. It's not my group to add.
Copy that. But that's even worse, bro.
But what I'm saying is, Mars, I didn't disclose anything as far as none of the information that we talk about or that's under non-disclosures has been discussed.
Copy that.
I have mentioned in the VOS TV can be found on Marshall Studios, such and such, and I gave the link. But I've never disclosed anything as far as any technical, creative, or any other IP stuff. So when I'm in, that's why I said I'm trying to find this post again. I found the second post when I was going into like where VOS TV can be found and the basic stuff that's going on. But I'm trying to find the other post prior to that where I was talking about there's a meeting where devs is asked to show up. It's this grant money that's on the table. Like, people not, like you said, people ain't gonna work for free, especially there. Like,
and now that I'm pretty sure that was around the time when this conversation was supposed to happen with them. At the start of this conversation, that's why I was just saying, like, I'm having to reel things in because I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. All I know is that everybody is freelancing and freestyling.
But that's why I'm about to show you the correspondence so you can see firsthand. That's not what I need to see, bro. I need to see like follow-up action. Like, is it dead or is it not? Like, I don't need to see proof of a conversation. I just want, like, where is it at? Like, why are we talking? The whole thing is
like, why ain't the conversation been rescheduled? Like, that's the part where I'll be just like, I can't invest energy in stuff.
It'd be clarified if you let me finish my thoughts. Like, when I was trying to get a hold of you, it was something I can't even remember. And when so much time goes by, that makes it even worse. It was something that I was trying to reach out to you about that was right there on the table, right there at that present time.
Yeah, bro, but you be sending me these ambiguous messages, bro. Like, if you want back, especially if you've left me hanging on a meeting, that's all I want to hear about, bro. I don't want to hear about another ambiguous opportunity. You got to tell me specifics, bro.
That's the whole, this is why the points are going to be clarified, because I get to try to get one thought together and we go into a different.
Nah, because I know exactly what you're talking about. And I know exactly what you're alluding to, bro. And it's not a proper way to. I'm just.
My mind to catch up. What I'm trying to say is, it's not helping me. It's not helping me catch up to my mind, so I can put everything in proper place. That was disclosed that violates any intellectual property.
Yes, I understand. I understand what's going on now, bro. Because like I said, this is the same conversation. So, it's you're not telling me, right? In this conversation, you're not telling me nothing that you didn't already say to me a couple weeks ago. It's just that I'm now seeing that this is the same conversation.
But I can't recall. I
can. Like.
I can't, because there was other things going on. So it's not one thing didn't happen. Like, it's not necessarily that one thing had something to do with the other as to why the meeting never took place.
Vision. I'm gonna put it to you like this, bro. All right. So, don't compartmentalize all of these nuances that's happened consecutively, including your homie. So all of that shit go down, and I'm adamant about people not showing up, and then you telling me about this web hash people that you're already having conversations with, and then I block out time to have a conversation with them, and then the conversation doesn't happen.
But again, there's other variables at play. Like,
and I don't know about none of them.
But that's what I'm saying on my end. That's why I'm trying to wrap my head. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what was going on at that time, because when they said, all right, just let me know, it may have been because I was trying to get a hold of you and couldn't, or whatever. Then other things come up on my end.
Right. That's there's never a case where if you're asking me for something specific, especially if it's talking about a date and a time, I'm not going to respond to you.
What I'm saying is, on my end, because there's a lot of shit going on. Like, I can barely remember what I did 3 days ago because there's a lot of shit going on. But if I slow my mind down long enough, everything, the picture will start coming clear, and I can be like, oh, okay, well, on 3 days ago, this is what was, for the most part, this is what was going on. That's all I'm asking. But again, I just found it, and it closed out on me again. I just got to the post. I'm about to screenshot the post, and this is the only time I ever mentioned anything pertaining to that whole grant situation, but not once did I mention live peer. So
I believe you.
By me not mentioning,
I believe you. I got to say, I'm putting two and two together, and I understand that this is the same conversation. And I remember what you told me about these people that led up to the point of me wanting to have a meeting with them. So I'm tracking everything that's transpiring. The only thing that I'm saying is that was 3 weeks ago.
Right. I got that. But again, a lot of things been going on my end, from house, just offline shit, like
Ditto.
offline shit.
Ditto,
like
bro. Ditto, bro. That's why I said I initiated the conversation where I got to reel things in to what I can control, because there's too many variables.
Right. So let me screen. Well, I'm gonna have to screen record this.
I mean, especially like, and the reason why I'm not fast to respond to messages is because I got shit going on and I'm busy, and I know I don't have time to talk.
I got that.
And especially like not in the capacity of a follow up from the last conversation. Like, I'm not expecting to have a 5-minute conversation with you. So if you're not explicitly telling me, you know, what's going on, I don't want to hear about a new opportunity, bro, honestly, because I got too much shit to juggle right now. So unless you're being explicit about what it is that's like crossing the path, I don't know whether or not it's worth entertaining, honestly, just because of history. And I think that's fair.
To a degree, yeah, but to a degree, not, because it's
if you're not being transparent with the opportunity, then yes. If you're just saying, "Hey, I got something," yeah, nah, bro. I need to know exactly what it is, so I know how much time to block off, and what it is going to take priority over. That part. Like, this conversation is taking priority over other things, which is why I made a point of emphasis to, if I'm going to have a conversation of this length, it needs to be recorded, which is why I've been operating from this space since I met you, because I understand exactly what's going on, bro, at all times.
I just sent you the briefing that I had in the group. So what I'm saying is, like, because no intellectual, property or anything that violates NDAs that's involved, because none of that took place, even after I initially reached on out to them and said, okay, look, there's this meeting that takes place every Monday, and it's a grant that's on the table. We need devs to show on up, and for doing so, people gonna get compensated. I never said, I ain't gonna say it in those words. But they understand the unspoken, discussion. So, okay, real brief. My business partner and I have a social platform where we have our school, BLS TV, my Web3 channel, a marketplace for merch, product, services. in our individual clothing lines. Currently, we are in talks with a particular platform for their grant program. Meetings is every, and I made a mistake and put Thursday, but I replied back.
So when you say a particular platform, you didn't put live peer.
No, I just sent you the screenshot.
Oh, my bad. I can't check it right now, bro. I'm like I'm on the phone with you. I'm streaming live. Like I can't.
No. I'm saying that's why I just
okay. All right.
I just sent it.
Oh, you sent me a screenshot of the actual conversation. All right, copy that. But, so all right, I'm tracking, bro. Like I said, you might not be aware of it, and you definitely didn't mean to say it, but the way that I heard it was.
I said you live here because I know what was going, but I know for a fact, like that's not like so. If I have a one-on-one convo over here, it's gonna go one way. But if I'm speaking on something, the generality of that very topic, I don't have to go into specific. You know what I mean? So you ain't gotta ever worry about if I'm ever.
I'm cool, bro. I'm cool, bro. Like I just wanted clarification because what you said sounded crazy to me, bro. So
I know.
I was like, wait, what?
And I take blame for that, but that's what I'm saying. For future references, you ain't ever gotta worry about, if I say to you, I was talking with such and such, and boom, boom, boom. You just gotta understand and know that I'm talking to you the way I'm talking to you. But especially if there's anything involved with an NDA or anything that even if NDA is not involved, just the fact that I get mad. Jay say like I don't speak, but I just coming from the background I come from, I know how to speak in codes and sir. I know how to tell people what they need to know, or what I want them to know, or what I need them to know, or what I. But you ain't gotta ever worry about that. Like
I'm tracking, bro. Like I said, it was working backwards because like you're telling me about a web hash, and like I said, I'm just putting two and two together. It's the same. It's just a continuation of the conversation we had a few weeks ago. So I understand exactly what's going on. I'm still wanting to talk to them. That being said,
I still wanted to connect to it. As a matter of fact, the fella that I'm speaking of, I found out in Spaces the other day that he wasn't like somebody had said that he was taking some time out because he wasn't feeling good, and I had been off of Twitter for like 3 or 4 days up until just like a day or two ago. So I've been out and been doing other things, spreading myself thin, but got to put the time in here and there, because it just got to get done, man. I done got myself like spreading myself too thin, but then got so damn deep that I can't stop any one thing now, so I just got to keep everything.
Welcome to entrepreneurship.
Yeah. It's like this is something that I'm used to. So I've always juggled multiple things, when I shouldn't have been. So yeah,
you definitely gotta know when to dial it back. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's all that is. So yeah, that combo is still. It's just I tell you what, because they in the time zone that's ahead of us. I don't recall. I think they in the GMT time zone, if I'm not mistaken. With that being said, matter of fact, I'm a DM right now and ask them when would be a good time for them, and then we can take it. And whenever they hit me back and whatever they say, I'll just forward that on over to you, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, that's definitely that's definitely something that can and will happen. Because the fella, like I said, he's very hands-on. He's not, from the interactions I done had with him. Everything is matter of fact, he wants me to contact you.
Well, at this point, this conversation is public. So after I hit this end stream button, I can make it private, but we'll see. But just it's not. those last 7-8 months that I spent dealing with them people is ongoing. So,
Right.
you know, this ain't an if type situation. Like for me, it's you know, when are serious people gonna show up that are coming to my aid? Because that's all I need right now. I don't need no talking. I don't need no advice. I don't need no pats on the back. I really don't want to even hear about nobody else's idea unless it's specifically talking about this project, because this project will enable all ideas. Like
Right.
instantaneously. And it's really literally about people showing up to do the fucking work versus talking about that they can do it. Midas.
Yeah, I got you. So I just inboxed him. For whenever he replied back to me and let me know, you know, I'll forward that on over to you. And then the other thing is I've been getting a few prominent people following me, man, like, and I haven't even been posting that much. That's the crazy thing. Like, I'll get a follow and I haven't even posted nothing in like a day or two. I'm like, so it gets me wondering, like, what did they see from me, from my account profile or whatever, that attracted them?
You remember I said that I've been watching what you've been doing and picking and choosing, you know, what stuff to curate into what I got going on. And there's a reason for that. Webhooks and metadata, my friend.
Yeah, I get the metadata like, and analytics and all of that. I'm answering your question. Bro. You're making posts with metadata that is attached to my websites. Like on a zeros and ones level, that tracks. So they're gonna tie you into all the traffic that's ever come across those data points, because they've been in the internet before. Like I've been posting things, you know, consistently for years, and specifically ever since that we partnered, and the images or the NFTs that are integrated into the clothing. Like I've been actively using those and making posts on a multitude of different platforms. So it's not like you starting from scratch. And this is what I'm offering to students, bro. Like that's the beauty of the situation. And that's why I'm always consistently telling you to use the blog, because it's just adding fuel to the fire that not already started. I'm glad you mentioned that. That was something else I was trying to hit you up about a few days ago. Like for some reason, I haven't been back to it, but for some reason that day, when I went to go create a post, either the blog wasn't even there. Like you know, I would say create post. It was one of the things, either the blog part or the create post wasn't there. And then when I closed out the app and came back to it, it was like only that one part. I wish I would have screen recorded it, but I was in the middle of doing something else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like I don't control none of that shit, bro, because that's where.
No, I know. I'm just saying, just to let you know, so that
yeah, I appreciate it.
You can reach out to them and let them know.
Is it still happening?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't been to it in the future. I'm about to open up the Spaces app right now just to see. But I know the other thing that I was trying to. It was like a week or so. It was a little bit ago. I went to go make a post, and like once I clicked on Marshall, after I opened up the Spaces app and clicked on Marshall Studios, and it took me to the screen where, you know, you can create a blog and all of that. I'm waiting for it to load up right now, so it got the home, it got blog, it got members, shop, galleries. Yeah. But the blog, where it says blog, either it wasn't there or it was there, but when I was clicking on it, it wasn't responding. And then when I closed it out and came back to it later on, it was like as I'm reading it right now, home, blog, members, the blog part was like when I would click on the blog, instead of it taking it to where you can click on create post, it was doing some glitchy shaking up and down type stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like not only has the internet in general been kind of glitchy the last 2 months, I'll say, but you know, I'm pretty sure I'm absolutely enduring a plethora of cyber attacks. So, you know, when you tell me stuff like that, like I just make a mental note of it to go look at it to see if it's still happening, because I either figure it's gonna go away, and you know, when the servers update, because a lot of times that's what happens, is at the end of the night or the middle of the night or once a week or every 3 days, however they got it scheduled, the server updates or they put a patch in to fix bugs and stuff like that. So, you know, those type of things are gonna happen, especially on the level that we're dealing with. You know, so like I'm paying for all this shit out of pocket. So, you know, this is just a hey, I exist type deal. This ain't the most optimal solution by any means necessary. This is, you know, it's more than you got type of shit. Dealing with the type of people and the level of people that I'm forced to connect with. Because at core, this website was initially solely a portfolio platform for me to get multimedia jobs. You know, I just turned it into this social aspect and platform and blog for artists because I seen what was missing. And, you know, that's where you already said it, like just the social experiment of trying to galvanize artists to work for their own greater good is exercise in fertility. Like we ain't been able to get 3 people to consistently show up. So, you know, it just is what it is. And this is why, you know, a couple months ago, when I gave you the suggestion of, you know, treat your social media like a celebrity. Because if you're really in it for the long haul, you have to plan and anticipate not having time to be able to manage this shit. Because you got a destination to chart. And as long as you got followers, that's really all that matters, because that's all they care about is following, right?
Right.
You just got to make sure you know, leading them somewhere worthy. And that's where, like I said, I'm reeling in everything that I'm doing, specifically here on this channel. So when I'm attacked, everybody knows where the source of that attack or why that attack came. It's recorded.
Right.
So I'm very interested to see how this web hash thing plays out. We might have just put them on the map.
I mean, yeah, like I said, like they already, you know, doing a thing and making a way. Like
you said they got 3,000 sites, right?
To my knowledge, they have over 3,000 3,000 Web3 sites that was built off of their you know, platform from those that got ENS domain names. Like they work with ENS domains on a lot of different things. So they definitely, you know, making noise. You know, they definitely doing their thing. And then the new innovations and integrations that they released, and the ones that's, you know, in the process of being released. Definitely.
When I say I put them on the map, I'm just talking about in capacity of like unstoppable domains.
Yeah, I feel you. I know.
Like,
yeah, I got
that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's better to have a conversation with them now. And like I said, I'll have a conversation with anyone to see if they're really serious about partnership. But it's just that's a tricky business within itself because everybody got agendas, and unless you can properly incentivize someone, there's no reason for them to partner with you and give away any leverage.
Right. Matter of fact, they're attending they're in one of these spaces right now, but I don't know who this space is, like who's the host of this space is. I've never heard of them before. So I'm gonna just wait for them to respond back to the DM.
Shit, I might go hop into space to see what they're talking about.
If you do that, who is it? Because I closed it out. It's called Octant app, OCTANT.
You said their profile is at WebHash, right?
Yeah, but they might be in it. They because they got a personal profile and then they got the profile for their platform. So I think they're in it on their personal profile. Yeah, so they're not in there on with the platform's profile. And I've never heard of the host of that's speaking, and I very rarely go into strange or new spaces. Every once in a while I will, but it's just people be acting funny, man. It's like
that is a good practice, my friend. Don't be going and entering into strange spaces.
Yeah, I did that in the beginning when I was like gun ho. I'm still gun ho and learning, but came across so much corny, flaky shit. I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna give these people the privilege of being able to feel any kind of way.
Bro, these ninjas is not thorough out here, bro. Motherfuckers is really on just some opportunistic scavenger type energy, bro.
Right.
Like we're living in the age of the narcissist, bro. Like that's all that needs to be said. Like, it's more of them than people would care to believe. I'm finding. And even you guys stay tuned. We're going to have a conversation tomorrow night with a special guest, and we're going to be diving into that particular subject. Narcissist.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is, because I'm talking to somebody who's smarter than me about the subject. So I get to learn, throw in my 2 cents.
Wonder how many narcissists going to show up.
How many who?
I wonder, I'm curious to know how many narcissists going to show up.
Oh, probably none. This traction ain't got no traction yet. I mean, this channel ain't got no traction yet. Ain't nobody popped into this live, like zero. So, I haven't even made, I think this might be video number 10, maybe. So, I got work to do, but that's where, yeah. As I said before, I need some editors. Some editors.
Well, I would volunteer, but I already got enough on my plate as it is. I gotta get these. Yeah.
And that's exactly why I said at this point, like, I need teenagers. I need teenagers with don't got shit going on, and all they need is direction and a reason to make some money. Because that's really all it is, bro. I got so much shit set up. It's literally about just putting it together formulaic. And the reason why that's not cap is because I'm seeing motherfuckers duplicate the system that I've been setting up over the last 6-7 months. Like they're on to me. Like, and I told you this before, I always know how much time I got to execute an idea, via LinkedIn. LinkedIn is always going to show me a version of what I'm presenting to the public to me as an offering to get me to pay for it. It's very bizarre. And it's only on LinkedIn that it happens. Well, it happens first, and then it trickles down to usually Instagram. But by that time, everybody already know about it. So now that I didn't already said that, this ain't the first conversation I said it. I said it last week too. That part of my plan for this documentary miniseries, Social Experiment, is to, for lack of better words, employ editors to repurpose my content on their own monetized channel.
Right.
And, good luck duplicating that effort, because at this point, I probably got at least 500 hours logged of source material. At least. Conversations. And I'm pretty sure anyone that is savvy with an editing dongle can piece together 1,000 pieces of content easily. Easily. Layups. And not no hokey pokey type content either. Some shit that's gonna make people think. Might even attract some attention.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Yeah, bro. To be continued. I'm gonna go ahead and this definitely went over the amount of time that I anticipated for this call, but that's not a bad thing. It's easy conversations when they have equal intent and wanting to be understood, and clarity is the intent, and specifically clarity for the purpose of building. So this is definitely a necessary conversation, and like I said, to be continued. At this point, I'm just interested to see what happens whenever I show up.
Yeah. Well, just make sure not to forget to send me that recording, and when we hang up or whatever, just look at the screenshot, just for clarity and everything. But
I appreciate that.
Everything all to the good. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna follow these people and see what's popping. I think I might have already followed them.
Who, that web hash?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did some due diligence.
So whenever they hit me back, I'll let you know, and then we'll just take it from there. But as of right now, that's I don't want to speak too soon, and especially don't want to speak prematurely or whatever. But as it stands, I'm not saying don't nobody else have the capabilities, but as far as the ethics and the track record and stuff like that, I don't see no other platform doing what they're doing.
Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty about having this conversation and publishing it. You never know who might be listening, and they might look into web hash and be like, "Oh wait, I know a better option," or they might be the better option, which is why they came across it. These algorithms are very funny, bro. And how they track what we talk about and the combination of things that we talk about. This is a sport, man. Content, or putting your IP on the internet is now a sport. Because it's nothing but competition. So sometimes what I'm finding is people show up to compete with you and they put themselves in front of a bigger competitor. You get ate up, and I ain't got nothing to do with it because the bigger competitor was watching me.
Right.
So,
yo, let me. I gotta take this call, but soon. Yeah, send that as soon as you get a chance.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
All right.
Well, that was a very fruitful and interesting conversation. Give you a purview into my world. Some of it, at least. I mean, that's just a modicum. It's one conversation, one person about one project. But, the types of conversations I have definitely depend on the level of rapport that I have with the person. I don't speak that way to everyone. But nowadays, I rarely speak unless I'm talking to someone I can be authentic with. Because there's too much fakeness going on. Too much passive aggressive communication. And I would rather not be a part of it. I'd rather be live and direct. Unfiltered. Not obnoxious. Just not guarded. Secure, confident. Because that's the thing. Sheesh, what happened to it, man? What happened? Is confidence still popular? Or is that is confidence taboo? It's about to be an attack on confidence. Watch. That's about to be, just being confident is about to be the new toxic masculinity. Because it definitely ain't being promoted. It's wild styles out here. At the end of the day, again, this platform is to illustrate some of the day-to-day nuances as it relates to mental health for melanated men, like the conversations that we have with each other, about each other, giving you context outside of rap beef, like behind the scenes as an up-and-coming entrepreneur or artist that's serious about their craft. I seen a post someone sent me today, a prolific gentleman. And I know he sent it to me like as inspiration, like, keep going. It was a post of Mos Def and Talib Kweli and somebody else he was talking to. I forgot. They were talking about how most people that aren't artists don't really have good taste or ability to even judge art or talk about art and Most Def was specifically talking about music. And specifically the words he was using, he said, most people will say that they love music, but they really don't. Because if you really love music, at some point, you try to make that shit. Period. And as melanated masterpieces, we come stock with creativity. It's just that society has developed systems to harness it. And even worse, they program people to believe that we are put here solely to be in service of others first, not ourselves, which defies the laws of survival. Which is why this project is 25 to lifestyle, sentenced to thrive. I'm not in survival mode. Never. Too creative for that. And there's a lot more like me. So keep tapping in. Gonna have some fruitful and spirited conversations for you. Gonna cam up even sometimes. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in. Go cop some merch at Commercial Universe Boutique. It's brand merging mental health with merch for you. You melanated masterpiece. See y'all later. Hasta luego.